old, and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey, okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okie dokie, boomer.
What about us?
We'll always have Paris. We didn't have, we lost it until you came to Casablanca. We got it back last night.
When I said I would never leave you.
And you never will.
Oh my God. Is that for real?
That was awesome.
Happy Valentine's Day, honey.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, chat.
Hey, chat. What's going on, guys? It's Saturday night, and I am like drained. There's Jilly. Hi, Cirrus. Karen
It's
Daly.
the weather.
Oh my God. I'm like Cook, Brett McKinney, Al Walski. Oh, we got the family in here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome, fam.
Yeah, shoot, man. We got CB Oglesby over there on the Natural Progressive Roar Live.
Welcome.
So, yeah. So,
Welcome, Rockfin viewers.
Yeah, Rockfin. I don't have Rockfin up. I'm going to have to pull
I'm
that
trying to get in right
Yeah,
now.
we want to get in there, and we want to continually thank everybody that has helped us out over on Rockfin.
Rockfin's growing amazing right now.
Yeah, it is growing. We are at 1,069.
Hey, Chris Foster.
Chris, what's up, dude?
Pat, the Batman fan. I heard you've been singing a lot. I'm excited to have you come on.
Yeah. Pat, did you get that fixed, Pat? I have got it up. I've got it up, Shonda. What do you think of my attire for tonight?
I love your new persona.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's-
This is Steampunk Boomer.
Steampunk Boomer. That's what they tell me. I have no idea what I'm doing, but Oz has the 4 non-blondes look going on.
I said, hey.
Peace of Steampunk Oz and beautiful Ms. Janda. Yeah,
Aw,
thank you.
thanks.
Thank you, guys. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go steampunk when I can. Not every week. I don't want to wear out a good thing, but I will be doing variations. This tie is really cool because it's got all the gears from the watches that I lost over the years. So
I love your OJ glove too.
you like that OJ glove? This is supposed to be steampunk too, except these costumes, these outfitters, they have mannequins that are like teenagers over there, and yeah, but I'm
Right.
somebody's.
I've ordered a few things online. So.
Yeah. So we just want to keep it up. We never want to fail.
You're a steampunk monopoly guy, is what that says.
That's what I need. Watch out, they might turn me into a steampunk Lego one of these days, and that's going to be hard to spell. So.
Especially when you step on it.
Yeah, and this is I was talking to Shannon. This is what me when I was 21. So you
Big old guns.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a
back in the
tattoo.
day.
You already had all these. I wanted to put other names on there, but I couldn't get them to go over the video.
That as long as there's not a Karen on there. Am I? No Karen.
I was going to put other independent media names on there.
Oh, okay. All right. That would be, yeah, we can work on that. We're still working on the animation, folks.
Right. We're working on it.
Yeah, don't give up hope. It just takes a long time because we're doing 50 things at once. Yeah, shoot, man. Looks great, Oz. Thanks, Brent. I appreciate that. Looks great, Shanda. She's got the kitty cat face there. Oz with guns. Yes, I did. I started out when I was in high school. I was into weightlifting because I had bad knees to start with. So
you were that guy, huh?
Yeah, and it was all male school. Oh no! So, but yeah, it was quite.
I should make Oz do an accidental activist. What do you guys think? I would love to hear your full story.
Yeah, just don't tell the FBI to watch.
We're already on their list. Come on.
Shit.
If we're not, we're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. And you've got like a mile long list of people you're going to have on there one of these
I
days.
know we've already got a lot of people that have said, yeah, that they want to do it. We just got to schedule them. So.
Yeah, for sure. I first of all, a happy Valentine's Day to everybody again.
I hope
And-
you guys are staying warm out there. It's so cold across the country.
Yeah, I did a swan dive off my back porch today into 16-inch snowdrift because I forgot there were stairs. Yeah. So here I am
Jason.
flying off the deck, and my dog is standing there going, "God, that was stupid," So anyway.
Yeah, I was going to grab a couple of pictures. I'll probably bring them for the dive. I saw Joey's little snowman. Very cute.
Oh yeah, she
and
loves
the puppies.
loves
Missy out
snake.
there running around.
Oh yeah, that's the young one. She's like a deer going through the yard, chasing her
Right,
tennis
right.
ball. It's a life or death situation. Now I put this in here for our sister and brothers over at the Convo Couch. They are on vacation. And they they are surfing. They're couch surfing. And I don't know where they're couch surfing, but that's commitment right there, wouldn't you
That
say,
is.
Shanda?
Absolute
So
commitment.
on behalf of them, I don't think they'd mind me wishing you all happy Valentine's Day while they're having a blast. So, but yeah, Combo Couch, our sister and brothers over there, and like I said, we're on the ride with them till the end because
Yep.
they have been on it. And we agree. So that's
Yep.
where we go.
We are rider dog road dogs.
Yeah. So how has your week been, Shanda? Has it been
Oh my
breathtaking?
gosh, we've had snow all week. I mean, we got snow a couple of days before everybody else did where we live, but I live under a big mountain. I live in what they call the rain shadow. So there was a big blue hole over us last night. Everybody else in Western Washington got pounded with snow. I mean, I'm hearing reports of 2 feet in some places, and we got maybe 3 inches on top of what we already had. So the roads were fine, and I'm kind of thankful that we didn't get it as bad as everybody else.
Yeah, this is the most snow I've seen down in this area ever since I moved down here.
Right.
It's a good 12 inches with 3-foot drifts because the
Right.
wind.
The wind was
whipped up.
gnarly
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah, and I'm kind of worried about my roof, but I was out in the studio, the back house, the actual live studio where people come, and I've got solar panels up there, and the snow was about 1.5 feet thick. And I opened the door, and it just slid off the roof. And my wife said, "That almost got you." And I said, "Yeah, it almost did. Somebody's looking out for me." So I would have been her new snowman if that had happened.
Yeah, sure.
So anyway, Redneckonomics likes the costumes. She likes my costume. That's a badass costume. Thank you, Stevie. Stevie, are you
Yeah.
available for Monday night? We're gonna do a Monday night dive, and
Yeah, so hi, Stevie.
love to have you on. Let us know. I don't know if Mrs. Carter's here yet, but
Oh,
you got
yeah.
that message. I
Oh,
think
hey,
she.
I got a message this week about a woman who wants to do a show with us, and she is a specialist on cannabis and LSD.
Perfect.
I know. I was like, hell yeah, I'll help you get a show like that up.
Perfect. No, I'm all for it, and
Yeah.
this is why I loved the series Fringe, at least the first 4 seasons back in the early 2000s, I think, with Anna Torv
Yeah.
and John Noble and Joshua Jackson. Walter Bishop's character in there, he was smoking from a bong, he was taking LSD, and his character was portrayed it great. It was just kind of like college all over again. What do we have here? Is it today's the big day, right? Did they impeach Trump or what?
Well, no, not impeached at all.
At all. So,
What a waste.
and the United Spot did a piece on that, right?
This is before the acquittal came in. I mean, the acquittal came in this afternoon, so this was already on the deck, but it's hilarious. And then we'll go into the acquittal. So.
All right. Stevie said, "Yeah, sounds great. She'll be there." Okay. All right, Stevie.
Yay, thanks,
we'll
Stevie.
drop you a link around 6 p.m. Pacific.
I'm Ryan Seacrest, and this is Impeachment Court.
Good morning, and welcome to day 2 of Impeachment Court. Like sand through the hourglass, and so are the days of our lives. This is Nancy Pelosi, and these are the days of our lives. Today's secret word is moist. I would like to introduce my special investigating team. We have OJ and Sally Cochran.
If the glove don't fit, You must acquit.
I'm absolutely 100% not guilty.
Relax, OJ. You're not on trial. Up next, I would like to introduce Mr. Crockett and Chubbs. How you doing?
Hey, where's my alligator?
Oh, Miami Vice was my favorite show. You guys are getting me so moist. Everybody, shut up! This is serious. I need all of you to act like adults.
I know you are, but what am I?
Quiet! My next lead investigators are none other than legendary crime fighters Matt Locke and Axel Foley.
Hey there.
And no serious investigation
This is for the
would be
boomers.
complete without Columbo and Magnum P.I. Oh, Magnum P.I., you're making old Nancy girl pretty moist.
Oh, shit.
Silence, peasants! All right, Scrump, it's time to get serious. I want answers!
Ha! You want answers?
Since I'm entitled,
You really want answers?
I want the truth!
Ha! You can't handle the truth!
Since you wanted it peaceful and patriotically,
You're damn right I did!
we got him! We got him! You're busted, Scrump! It's against the law to incite peace and patriotism, alright? You're finished, Scrump! It's over!
Join us tomorrow for day 3 of impeachment court. Seacrest, out!
Impeachment court.
Oh my God, that was really good. Those guys, you know what? Say what you want, right wing, whatever. That's funny.
No, they're funny.
That's funny. So you've got this coming up. What's this all about?
Okay, so as soon as Trump was acquitted, Nancy went out there and gave a press conference, and I was watching it live, and everybody was laughing. There was 35.3K watching, and nothing but laughy faces were flying across the screen. It was the most insane thing to watch. And everybody's leaving comments like, "Go away. She sounds like Joe. Can't get her words together."
Oh my, that's not.
You brought some of that, right?
Yeah, it was. Maybe why she was laughing. Let's see if I can get this thing to fly. Let me know when you hear this.
I think our country needs a strong Republican Party. It's very important. And for him to try to have it every which way. But we will be going forward to make sure that this never happens again in terms of to investigate and evaluate what caused this, and both in terms of the motivation, but also in terms of the security that we have to have as we go forward, recognizing how inflaming even some of our elected officials can be.
Could you make any of that out other than we need a strong and vibrant Republican Party?
Republican Party?
Yeah. What the hell?
What the
Why?
They're such a colossal failure. I mean, this is just fucking disgusting. What a waste of time. What a waste of energy. They could have been working on getting this goddamn stimulus passed and out the door, even though they're going to rip us off for 600 of it each. This is just disgusting.
Well, again, the only reason that they want a strong and vibrant Republican Party is they need their boogeyman. Right, absolutely. But the thing is they're jumping ship so damn fast. I've got a report further down in the deck about the Republicans. They're in serious trouble. Everybody's leaving their fucking party. And they're saying inside the Republicans that they can't win in 2 years. But with the Dems being the way they are, wow, we are screwed. This country is so screwed. Both parties are ridiculous. I don't know how the Dems can win. I mean, unless... Exactly. Who's paying attention to these guys? I mean, really, it's an insiders group. And the people that watch CNN and Fox, that's who's paying attention. They're going to die off. I mean, they're dying off now. I mean, Jesus. And then we get into this, which makes me crazy. Hakeem Jeffries, he's thanking all these Dems. There's Sewell there, and the motley crew, and Senate acquits Donald Trump in second impeachment trial, 57-43, and Hakeem Jeffries, the guy that's next in line to take Nancy Pelosi's job, is saying thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
thank you for what?
Thank you for fucking what?
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
unbelievable. Yeah, peace stuff. Slur. Yeah, yeah.
Such a slur
Yeah,
monster.
it's incredible. And again, I don't get it. So they're burning.
These politicians are in a league of their own when it comes to the corruption, the disgust, we got to have bipartisanship. Yeah, they're very bipartisanship behind closed doors. They're all one party. I was telling you, I was watching the Night Stalker documentary over on Netflix the other day when I got my tooth out. And I was shocked that Dianne fucking Feinstein was the goddamn mayor when all that was going down. These detectives had worked their ass off to prove that this guy was killing in multiple places and multiple genres, because normally a serial killer targets either, blonde women, old women, young women, whatever it is. This guy was all over the board. The Night Stalker was. And they had a shoe print. Right? It was the only way they could connect all of these freaking crimes. She went out there on fucking TV and said, we have the shoe print, told the killer, basically throw your shoes away, just because she wanted to get the fucking guts and glory. She's been hurting people that fucking long. I was just like, God, that made me sick.
Yeah, well, I expect no less from her. So
No, none of them, all of them. That's my point.
Yeah, I just Feinstein, she has filed to actually run again in
I know,
22.
she's gonna be, 90?
Something 127 or something. It's terrible.
Does the crypt keeper age?
Yeah, I don't. That's what I say to my sister. They open the crypt. If I call her before 2:00, and so she just laughs, and I'm serious. So yeah. Anyway, I wanted to bring this from Frank Analysis. We had Frank on a couple weeks ago. We really like Frank. We're
he's a nice
good.
guy.
He's a nice guy. He likes to have fun. He's been demonetized over there on the tubes where we're at too. But again, he really he does these sessions, and I really like his style and their format. Let's give him a listen here.
Greenwald article. So I talked about this before on my show. I have a video about this, talking about how Bernie Sanders is a shell of his former self. So this is called "After the Deep State Sabotages His Presidential Bid, Bernie Sanders Mocks Those Who Believe It Exists." I don't know if you guys remember that. Back in November, it was like late November, early December, Bernie Sanders was mocking people who believed in the deep state, even though they helped destroy his campaign in 2016.
Check this out.
And then there's a part in here of Glenn Greenwald predicting what he thinks Bernie Sanders will say when voting for Neera Tanden. And as everybody knows, I have had my differences with my friend Neera Tanden over the years.
Oh, God.
But now is the time for us to unite as Democrats and Americans. Despite our differences, I believe she will do an outstanding job in this position. She has assured me she will steadfastly protect the entitlement programs on which so many Americans depend, and despite a long history of urging they be cut. And I am therefore proud to support her nomination. Americans chose Joe Biden to be their president, and he has the right to choose those whom he trusts for key positions. President Biden trusts Ms. Tanden for this office, and so do I. And then Glenn Greenwald says, "I do not know if that will be Sanders' position, but the fact that it is so easy to imagine him speaking those words about one of the lowliest and most unscrupulous neoliberal operatives is revealing and depressing. That in the name of loyalty to Democratic Party propaganda, Senator Sanders now mocks those who believe in the existence of the very weapons used twice to destroy his candidacy, makes it all the likelier that he will do this and worse."
How many ways was that wrong? I'm talking about the statement from Bernie Sanders on Neera Tanden.
Did Bernie actually say that? I mean, I can imagine Bernie saying that. Was it Glenn just saying that Bernie was going to say that?
No, he was
Bernie
quoting Bernie.
Oh,
He was. That's what I took from it. And maybe the chat can check.
I think he was predicting what Bernie would say, but I think Bernie said something right around those lines.
Well, if that's the case, I've got to go back and find that article. I'll rewatch it because I thought that was a quote from Bernie. if it isn't, I apologize. But using the term entitlements and outstanding job from somebody who's not even qualified to do this job. Right. If Bernie said this, he just burned himself to the ground. So we need to. I will bring this to the dive Monday night. Do not kill this slide. If
Bernie
you so
burned
kind.
himself to the ground a long time
No,
ago,
this is really.
This is just disgusting because not just has she attacked. She attacks Republicans. Did you see the Republicans crying because of the mean, horrible things that she has said? She compared Ted Cruz to Baltimore or something, and then, but. Nobody ever said a word about how she attacks the progressives, and she's attacked the progressives a hell of a lot more than she's ever attacked them.
I think Katie Halper was putting up that disgusting minion of hers. Matter of fact, I pushed back on Katie, but she was, just saying the worst horrific things about us, those who were supporting Bernie and Bernie Sanders himself, and it was just like, really? So, and she was involved with that, her little minions group, and I'm so done with this crap. To unite, I can't get over that quote. I've got to find that article. I apologize. I messed my due diligence on that. I should have checked the article. I just assumed that was a quote from him, that if she does get elected, that she will do an outstanding job.
Yeah,
so,
the burn is gone.
I will bring that Monday Night Dive. Stevie, you caught that. Run it back and see if you can come up with something on that. Because
I don't know, Jilly. Maybe.
That's crazy. That is crazy if that was contextually wrong. But you brought this.
No, I think that Glenn was saying this is what I think Bernie's going to say.
God, I hope you're right, because, and I don't even think that. God, it didn't sound like something Glenn would even throw out there. But anyway.
Yeah, but Glenn's getting more radical now that he's out on his own, and I'm really loving it.
Yeah, I love this Valentine's slide. Now, this is Neera Tanden right here.
Yeah, Neera.
And that's Bernie. And they're on the Titanic, which is more...
So true.
It's so true.
So true.
And they've got their cheering section down here in the corners. They've got Happy Valentine's Day from Willow and Oz there, and then we're down there in the corner. But this is just kind of like revolting in so many ways.
Yes, it's a true love story.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's terrible. And what are you gonna do? What's the chat gonna do? What are you guys gonna do? What is your position going to be as far as Bernie Sanders, your feelings about Bernie Sanders, if he actually does vote to confirm her and does speak in those terms that that she's what
is it any worse than him not bringing up the the things I'm not allowed to say on GooTube during 2016, the election odds.
Yeah.
Come on. He doesn't talk about it. He never talked about it. He never protected the progressives. He always let them, the Dems attack us in so many different ways. Remember the times when he was like trying to tell the Bernie bros to calm down? There's no such thing as Bernie bros. That was made up by Neera Tanden.
Well, when he was doubling down on the Russiagate bullshit.
Russiagate. There's tons. Julian Assange, his silence on Assange. All of it's disgusting.
Yeah, and that's why, a lot of people, just said to hell with him after 2016, because he basically shepherded.
I gave him till this summer when he dropped out of the races. When I was done, I knew, I gave enough. I gave it all. It can't be fixed. The Dems can't be reformed. I physically went there and saw with my own two eyes. I physically tried. Nothing that Bernie has asked us to do can physically be done.
Well, and some of our candidates, at least locally, if not nationally, are talking about we need to get in there and take the Democratic Party back to the FDR era. And I hate to tell you, folks, no, it's not going to work. The Democratic Party has to be totally broken up, just like these monopolies do, just like, Amazon and Silicon Valley. You have to break up the Democratic Party, and I know it's apples and oranges, but an entity that powerful in political dialogue and having partnered up with Silicon Valley, with owning the media basically and burning the orange guy down, which is, that was their mission, and normalizing corruption. That's the thing that's normalizing corruption. So again, good luck with that. But I want to see people get their energy on the issues, exactly on the issues, and hold these candidates before they even get into office, or if they're an incumbent, definitely tear them down. But hold their feet to the fire ahead of time. That's it. That's
chilly in here.
That's where I'm at. It is chilly, Willie.
It's chilly in my house.
We've got some friends in Kansas City. They said it was 16 degrees, minus 16 degrees centigrade. So that's like hellaciously cold in Kansas City. I brought this. I was
brought Jesus?
Yeah, I brought Jesus.
You brought Lee Camp?
No, I should have put Lee Camp in there. Christ Jesus, please explain to the Democrats that $1,400 is not $2,000, no matter how they spin the lie. Amen. I think you could make a great Uma Thurman there. I agree. Where is that $2,000? Where's it at?
They've been busy trying to take Trump's rights to run away from him, because that's what this impeachment was about. They wanted to be able to go after him so he can't come back into politics ever again. I believe it's really the bottom line. It's why they were doing this.
Well, that press conference this afternoon with all the laughing, it was hilarious because they said a whole lot of nothing. It was all about patriotism and your children and what other kind of gaslighting bullshit. It was just incredible, the crap that was coming out. And when she thanked all those people that were lined up to thank you, Sue Well, thank you. It was like she was bowing to each one of them. It's like, oh my God.
Thank them for what?
Yeah. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for, whatever. I guess, I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh, 10 in Tulsa. Forget that.
Yeah. You
This is the Republican exodus. So this is Saagar talking about it. And if anybody knows what's going on in the Republican Party, it's going to be Saagar.
Now, you brought this from Friday, right? This is Friday's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you brought
yesterday's.
Kudos. Give Shanda a happy start.
I brought Rising.
She brought Rising. She brought Rising.
Been keeping my eye on how the GOP is actually faring nationally after the Capitol 6 riots. Of course, what we had said is that very likely what's going to happen is that a lot of suburban whites are going to flee. You're going to be left with a bunch of people who are diehard Trump, Marjorie Greene, Taylor supporters, and that party will not be able to win national elections. Well, something that kind of proves out this thesis, let's put this up there from the screen, the New York Times, about how thousands of Republicans are leaving the party. So, in the state of California, in just 3 weeks after the riot, 33,000 people left the party. In Pennsylvania, it was more than 12,000. And in Arizona, it was more than 10,000. And I will say, just as a reminder, that 10,000 was around the margin of victory in the state of Arizona itself. So losing these people is actually quite significant. And Crystal, they also found nationally 140,000 had quit the party in 25 states that had readily available data in terms of voter registration. Again, that's not that many people whenever it comes to how many we have. But consider that the election for Trump came down to 45,000 votes across 3 separate states. And you think about it that way, on the margins, this makes a difference in Georgia, in Arizona, in Pennsylvania. Wisconsin, the loss there was only 20,000 votes. Look, this actually can make a difference if substantive, meaningful populations in the key states do leave the party.
Yeah, it's one real data point. And we saw this in the polling, too, where over the course of the Trump presidency, the refrain was always nothing matters, right? Didn't matter what he did, didn't matter how outrageous, how mad everybody was about it. His approval rating would stay as flat as any president's in history, basically.
Yes.
And he would remain, keep this lock solid grip on the entire Republican Party, not just the most hardcore base. And he's still broadly popular within the Republican Party, but for the first time, there has been some actual noticeable erosion. And I think this is one more data point in that. And just to put in context, look, oftentimes after an election, there's some shifting around of party affiliation, but this is way beyond.
Way beyond.
So do you think that, this was on Friday that this was taped. So did Trump's acquittal change that? And with what we've seen in the past, we saw mass amounts of Dems turn their backs and Dem exit in 2016. I used to know the number, but it was a huge amount. It was definitely noticeable in the polls. And does that, with the neocons and the neo-libs coming together now to take over the Democratic Party, does that leave the Republican Party with the extremists like Trump and all the nationalists and the ones that and then leave us out in the cold on the left. I mean, that's the way I kind of see it. Is that
Well, yeah, and this is, to me, this whole thing has been performative. What's happening here to me is the Democrats, on par with 1990s style campaigning once again,
right? Always
have screwed themselves by even doing this thing. Instead of, they could win the whole country over and say we're going to try and impeach him, 14th Amendment, whatever. But what's important right now is COVID, is people losing their jobs, their homes. We are going to get those $2,000 checks that we promised out the door as fast as possible, and we'll try and impeach as well. They have put so much emphasis on Trump bad, and just trying to set him up as the next. TDS, it's crazy. So, in my opinion, what they're doing is they're solidifying all the people that have TDS that are following him now, and trying to scare everybody else into the next election cycle. Oh, if you don't vote for us, you're going to get another Trump, and they're going to start that right away. They're not going to wait a year. They're going to keep this ongoing, like they did Russiagate, like the Republicans did with Benghazi, which I think has more credence than Russiagate at this point.
Right, I do too. I absolutely believe there's more to Benghazi.
Yeah, if you want to compare both of them, Benghazi, definitely more than Russiagate, because that's pure McCarthyism. But to answer, I hope I answered your question. I think they're screwing up because we are going to see people without health care grow tenfold. We're going to see this I just read where...
How fucked are we going to be when the Republicans, neocons, are hand in hand with these Dems, that the neo-libs that just left the Republican Party? Well, they're going to be even stronger at crushing us.
Well, yeah. I mean, the just like Pelosi said, she wants a strong Republican Party, because they're both working for the same masters, the corporate donors. They're hand in hand. They need their boogeyman back and forth. They need here's the hot potato, Medicare for all. And they just basically chucked $15 minimum wage that was started
they had the Republicans crush that for them, so they don't have to fight for it.
So they crushed that. Oh, the Republicans did it. So now the Democrats, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This is all a shell game. It's performative bullshit. And until we just shake this off and get together on the issues, reach out to everybody that you can that's not TDS or Trumpism or QAnon or whatever. There are people that are still thinking, because they're going to be the hungry ones that don't have a job, that don't have health care, that are sick and tired of these wars and all the money being pissed down.
Without a revolution, we just slide into this oligarchy hell like Brazil's in, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I know I'm speaking to the choir. Many of our folks in here, I'm the boomer. So I'm boomer talking to millennial here, and we're agreeing pretty good on all this stuff. So
I'm a Gen Xer. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a Zoomer.
I'm a Zoomer.
You're a Zoomer.
Zim.
I'm going to shout out to Rockfin. I am so impressed with Rockfin.
I know. Thank you. And we had a Benny
Massimo. Thank you. Benny Massimo dropped a $5 on us over there. Thank you, Benny. And hi, Nicole Hare. She says hello, everyone. We've got Brett McKinney's over there. Yeah. Again, everybody, I'm hoping that you can get over on Rockfin, because that's where we're going to probably be doing most of our shows in the future.
Cut my accidental activist one that I did on Kratom last week. They blocked it, so I had to go in and cut GooTube. So I had to go in and cut a bunch of stuff out of it. Yeah, every day I wake up to, what is GooTube going to punish me with today?
Oh yeah, they've cut some ridiculous stuff, and you can, so far everything's good at Rockfin. They cut my Resident Alien out, and it was under like 30 seconds, and it was just dialogue. I was advertising for them. So again,
right. No, you can't do that. You can't do music. You can't do anything.
You can't do anything. No nudity, no nothing. Hi, Victoria. Victoria's over there.
Yeah, boomers are the worst. That's why we call this Beauty and the Boomer.
Yeah, we are the worst. We are the worst. Brett McKinney's over there. God, Chris Foster's over there. Yeah, thank you, guys. And thanks again, Benny Massimo. That's we appreciate it. Like I said, we're the guppies in the Shark Tank, and that's okay. We're going to find our lane one of these days, and I'm going to keep dressing up like... who was that guy, that Ra's Ghul guy on Saturday night, the movies? He kind of took over... the Mistress Elvira's spot doing this crazy movies.
I don't
on Saturday.
remember. I never
That's
watched
what
that.
I'm looking at. I'm reminding myself of that. Am I the corny like that guy?
Maybe.
Maybe. So we got
That's my tooth hurt when I laugh.
we got Mittens here. Is that
Mittens?
What's Donnie
Mittens.
saying?
Donnie says Elizabeth Warren is more Indian than you are Republican.
And that connects. That connects with the base over there. That's, Mittens, weren't they when the Capitol riots happened, weren't they screaming hang Pence or something? Weren't
They were. That's what Pelosi says they were saying. I don't know if I haven't seen tape or video that says that.
I'm not buying it. I'm kind of like,
just because it came out of Pelosi's mouth doesn't mean I buy it.
Yeah, I get you. Now we've got some useful idiots. Oh, Snorky's over there. Snorky. Snorky's over on Rock. Thanks. Snorky dropped us a tip over there. Thank you, Snorky.
Thank you, Snorky.
We really appreciate. God, we got 13 over there watching. That's fantastic.
Nice. That's huge for us on Rockfin.
Yeah, that's great. Everybody's, we've been on Rockfin for a while, and again, we've got a different lane than the other shows. We're trying to entertain. Nicole Harris says Time Travelers movie. I don't know. I didn't watch movies. I watch shit like this. I watch shit like this. This
Yeah,
is
me
right.
too. Me too.
We watch shit like this too.
We watch shit like this too.
Yeah.
I don't watch TV too much.
Yeah, God, Al's over on Rockfin too. Yes, Al.
Nice.
God, you guys can multitask.
I'm so proud of all of you boomers that have managed to get over to Rockfin. I know technology can be challenging, even for younger people. It's challenging.
God,
but-
it's challenging for this boomer. I've got to work on something for a week before I figure it out. So, and I'm the engineer. Oh my God, we're in trouble. Useful Idiots had Glenn on this week, and there's a story behind this. Quickly, Shanda and I do our stuff separately. We add to the deck separately, but we tend to cut the same stuff around the same time. It's weird. So is this the Shanda cut?
This is your cut because looking at your cut and my cut, we brought like 15 minutes of this interview. So I just left your cut and pulled mine. But I mean, go watch it. It's great. Useful Idiots is like an hour and a half, right? Or longer,
This was hour and 27 minutes, I think.
It's hard to get a good content. We love boomers. It's not.
Yeah, we do. Karen Daly says, Oz, you look like the Monopoly guy. Thank you.
He does. Demented Monopoly guy.
Demented Monopoly guy. I like that. That's good. I'm barely.
We should start going down to the Capitol and bothering the electeds and the lobbyists.
Yeah. Jack Sith. Hey, Jack Sith. Jack. I saw Jack and Snorky. I see you got a Convo Couch T-shirt today. I think Snorky.
Nice.
Didn't I catch that earlier? Congratulations.
mine.
We got ours last week. So why does it say not live? I don't know why it says not live. Maybe it's broken.
Maybe we're broken.
It
wouldn't be the first time.
I know I'm broken. Let's hear what Glenn has to say before I digress more. Here.
Hard to do investigative journalism about serious power centers. They have a lot of power, which is why we refer to them as power centers, so they can impose punishment on you, on your reputation, on your work, they can sue you. It takes a lot of work because they're typically protected and shielded by PR people and propagandists and secrecy. And journalists who work online have a lot of pressure to generate retweets and, clicks. And so to take that time to go, there were times during the Stoner reporting when there'd be like 6 or 8 weeks between stories because it took so much work to work on. And I wasn't on Twitter tweeting that. I wasn't generating clicks for The Guardian. The environment has changed a lot now. So it's just hard. Whereas saying, hey, this guy used a racist meme, that's super easy. People love it. They get excited by it. So it's just like taking the easy path instead of the hard path. That's the superficial explanation. I think the more important and deeper explanation is that, and this is something that, I think has not been sufficiently appreciated, and maybe I haven't even paid enough attention to trying to identify and describe it, is that during the Trump years, American politics changed so radically because Trump became the singular and sole prism through which people evaluated where they resided politically. So that if Bill Kristol was opposed to Trump, it meant that Bill Kristol was your ally. No matter what else he might think, he was opposed to Trump, and that's all that matters. So there were this whole series of institutions: Wall Street, Silicon Valley, the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, the security state, that were deeply opposed to Trump. Russiagate came out of the CIA. All those guys like John Brennan and James Clapper and Michael Hayden, became among the leading denouncers of Trump. Robert Mueller, who was George Bush's FBI director after 9/11, obviously became a symbol of it as well. So it took all of these journalists whose principal job is supposed to be adversarial to these institutions, and it enmeshed them in these institutions because they looked at the CIA and the FBI and Wall Street and Silicon Valley as their partners. And they were their partners. They were working together for a common cause, which is to destroy Trump. And they were getting, those institutions were using these journalists to feed them the propaganda that they wanted disseminated, which is beneficial to those journalists. So they had a very symbiotic relationship. And they got trained, especially these younger journalists whose history begins in 2015, whose knowledge of history begins in 2015, to view these institutions not just as benign, but as noble. So they have no interest at all in going and investigating Goldman Sachs or derivative traders or short sellers or hedge funds or monopolists in Silicon Valley, let alone when do you ever hear on CNN or MSNBC or in the New York Times op-ed page anyone ever talking about the evils of the CIA ever? It's not even on their radar. It's not on their radar. They're obsessed with the Proud Boys and QAnon and, like meme makers on 4chan. Those are the power centers that they care about. And all of the others are ones that they're in bed with and aligned with and captive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Proud Boy who said today that he's going to prison? He detests Trump and he's going to prison while Trump sits in his luxury palace or something like that. So they're starting to realize that they got fucked over and used.
Well,
and now
yeah,
they're the ones that are going to go to prison.
And Glenn's point there too was, and he was kind to some of these younger journalists that effectively started in 2015. Right. But they are so myopically focused on garbage, trash news instead of doing investigative reporting. I mean, I grew up and it was investigative reporting. That's before they made news, entertainment, and put it in the entertainment section.
We don't have tabloids anymore.
No, it's just, this is just as crazy. But what happened was the thing that stood out in that piece to me was him saying, like, Bill Kristol, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
My friend, right.
What the hell? Bullshit.
Yeah.
That is not your friend. This is why, again, the Democratic Party, just because they hate Trump doesn't mean they're working in your best interest. They're working in the best interest of their donors. So
yeah, exactly.
Any of these, and these Hollywood people, oh my God, we're going to have to do a whole different show. Let's do a show on Hollywood just to waste some time. Some night when we just want some mindless, dumping on them, because these guys in Hollywood are part of the problem. They have a very
huge part of the problem.
High profile. They have a huge following, and they're basically putting shit in these people's brains as far as how to go. And I'll say Rob Reiner is probably one of the worst, and I think that
Rob Reiner, Alyssa Milano,
Deborah Messing.
Yeah,
I mean, they are crazy and politically. Whoopi. Oh God, Whoopi. Dr. Jill Biden.
Joy Behar.
Yeah, I mean,
I could go on all freaking night.
Yeah, it's just really, you guys. Meanwhile, we got Julian Assange rotting away in Belmarsh. We got people losing their homes.
They could give two shits because they don't see
care about this stuff. They're bitching about the damnedest stuff, and primarily it's Trump.
Yeah,
Trump's bad.
So the people across the country that are starving and living on the streets, well, we don't care about that.
Yeah, there's a myriad of things they could come out and really do some good with. And this is the criticism of AOC. I think some of the shows...
she's busy living to fight another day.
She's got 12 million followers from last I heard. And she has their ears.
She's Kim Kardashian with a smaller ass. That's all I see.
I haven't seen her ass.
I can say that. I'm a woman. So.
Okay. All right. I don't want to be sexist. Okay. Let's move on. Stoner Corner. Now, you got a shot of my typical joint in college.
Yeah, especially if you live down in the South. If the government was a joint, it'd be all stems and seeds.
No shit. That's exactly what we were smoking in college. I mean,
Yeah, my tonight is sponsored by Cedar Creek OG Kush.
OG Kush. Okay,
OG
good. Can we do that? Can we show that? No.
Yes, I can.
Oh,
It's
okay.
legal.
I thought you had to. I thought you had to like blank it out like a gun or something. And it's also.
Nope.
Ah, okay. This is kind of scary.
I want flowers on the 14th. So then die on the 13th.
Yeah, that's
hilarious.
is that Wednesday Adams or is that
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's the way to get them. I think. Now we had a horrific accident down in Texas, right?
Yeah, this is Fort Worth. And, I drove through Fort Worth a couple of times in my life. The first time was in the 90s. And I never will forget it because when I hit that expressway going through Fort Worth, Dallas, I had to have been doing 100 miles an hour in the very fast lane. You're just trying to get through the city. So you're staying riding fast. The cops were passing me at like 120 and not even batting an eye. It was the fastest I've ever seen people drive through a freaking city. And so this does not shock me at all. But they had major black eyes from this polar vortex.
Highway horror.
Ouch.
A FedEx truck slams into a 100-car pileup in Fort Worth. Look again. The driver can't stop. This is the crash from another angle.
Oh,
Car after car crash into each other on I-35, which is coated in a slick sheet of ice that made driving so treacherous.
Oh, God.
Witnesses are shocked, helpless to do anything.
Oh, he's gonna crash into them. Oh!
Daylight brought stunning images of the twisted wreckage. Some motorists found themselves still trapped in the cars. At least 5 people were killed and many injured in what was called a mass casualty event.
That's that's your worst nightmare right there. That's awful.
It is, and they're not used to ice being on the road. Black ice, you can't see it. I did a long time of long haul trucking, so I know what it's like from a long haul's perspective when you're out there. A lot of times with these pileups, you don't see them, and then by the time you see them, you're jacking on your brakes. You cannot stop that freaking truck. You cannot slow down.
Yeah, no, I drove a damn bobtail and I was scared to death.
Oh, I hate bobtailing everywhere.
Yeah, it was. But that scene there, that car that was stopped behind that semi, got accordioned.
There was so many cars. That
my heart
goes out to the families and
those
slow down
people.
out there. The roads are terrible right now.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. If anybody that has common sense, when they get that icy, don't be going 40, 50, 60. Try 20, 25, 15,
Well, I don't know. I was out on the roads Wednesday. I had to go out for this dentist appointment. We had quite a bit of snow on the ground, but I wasn't canceling the appointment. And it's the people who can't drive in the snow that are out there driving in the snow that scare me more. The ones that are doing 10 miles an hour when you need to pick up speed or you're gonna slide. Because sometimes you need the momentum to get you up the damn hill. And you're like, get out of the fucking way. What are you doing? Go.
Honestly, it is a nuance thing, but when I see these people going 45, 55, 65,
oh yeah, way too fast for conditions.
Yeah, I mean, rule of thumb, just
slow down.
And if you haven't had the experience, I grew up in Oregon and I drove in a lot of skiing.
I love driving.
And Karen Daly says, stay off the fucking road.
Yeah, just stay home.
Stay off the road. So I want to scroll back here. Stephen Sheehan, Stefan. Yeah, God, that chat's flying. I can't even catch up with it.
Yeah, we got so many chats flying right now.
Beauty and the Boomer After Dark, 2/13/21, Saturday night post-impeachment apocalypse party live. I like that. I'm going to have you start writing the titles.
Yeah, we need you to write our titles.
Holly Horn says, stop making sense. Oh, my God.
Damn it, Oz, you're making sense again.
Hi, Gamer Fred Live. How are you this evening? Anyway. Benny Massimo, every one of these blue check actors should be asked if they think Americans should be asked Do they support Medicare for all? If they don't, we should boycott them. I agree, 100%.
I agree.
100%. 100%. As a matter of fact, we have made the case here where...
You support Julian Assange. Nope, okay.
Yeah.
Boycott.
Yeah, I mean, I'm done. And if you don't... Medicare for all is my ultimate litmus test. If you are not for a fully funded universal health care system, which is a Medicare for all type model, except much better, then don't even talk to me. I'm not going to do it. Matter of fact, I'm going to campaign against you. Right. So that's where it's coming from. We have got to stop trying to say we hold their feet to the fire after they get elected. Look what happens when that happens.
Yeah, right. That worked out really well.
We're the ones that get held up feet to the fire. This is a cute meme.
Why does the human slave keep stealing my poop with a tiny shovel?
Yeah, I mean...
I put my cat ears on and my cat was looking at me like, what the fuck, bitch? You ain't a cat.
You know what? And my poor girls, I've got two large. I got a Kelpie and I've got a Lab mix.
I love Kelpies.
And the snow was so deep, and they've never seen it that deep. It was like I said, 12 inches. And that's about up to their chest. The Kelpie's got a little bit longer legs, but they couldn't go to the bath. They couldn't poo because they couldn't get that arc in to do that. And it's like,
cold.
I am so sorry, honey. What do you want me to do? So I had to get them to some higher ground, and finally we made it. So anyway,
you had a shovel for the
It's the
dogs.
strangest things you find out. That's when you walk in their shoes. What do we got? We're blocked on YouTube now, huh?
This is the Corbett report. I'm sure a lot of you follow Corbett. He is a total truth person. Anyways, yeah, he finally got blocked on YouTube. I'll let him tell you in his words.
You got to be kidding me. They blocked him?
Yup.
Wow, he has a lot of subs.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? Yes, it's happened. The Corbett Report's main YouTube channel has been struck for medical misinformation. The only surprising part of this, of course, being that it wasn't the videos you would think would receive such a strike. One was from a New World Next Week video from a couple of months ago now about the German Corona Investigative Committee's findings and Dr. Rainer Fulmich's legal proceedings against the COVID criminals. So, of course, that was struck. And then a Corbett Report radio episode from 9 years ago called Pandemic, in which I called out specifically the pandemic trick that the scamsters at the UN and the WHO and elsewhere have up their sleeves that they could bring out in the event of, say, a coronavirus pandemic. Be afraid. Be very afraid. The UN commands it of you. The United Nations is asking you to supplicate in fear once again of that dreaded scourge, which they can bring up out of their magic hat anytime they need it. They can pull it out of their sleeve as their ace card and lay it out on the table, and it will trump anything that you have. So you must simply bow down with fear, because the UN has issued a global alert over a new SARS-like virus. Yeah, literally, you can't make this stuff up. A video that from 9 years ago that no one, I guarantee no one has watched in 9 years, except for the people who saw me post it up as a flashback to the front page of my website a couple of weeks back. But really interesting, isn't it? And yes, go on and watch that full episode, because I do specifically talk about coronaviruses and fake pandemics and other things. So it was prescient in a lot of ways. And now, thanks to the censorship of GooTube, I will direct hopefully tens of thousands of people to watch that Corbett Report radio episode that no one would have watched before. So thank you, GooTube.
So basically, they cut him off for a video that he released 9 years ago on YouTube, where he was warning people about the power that the WHO and the CDC had with being able to pull a pandemic out of their sleeve anytime they want and lock us down. And he's telling everybody go to his website to watch the original video, but what this creates is a Streisand effect. Do you know what a Streisand effect is?
No, is it like a Mandela effect?
Well, kind of. They call it a Streisand effect because years ago, Barbara Streisand was trying to cover up where she lived. She didn't want stuff released, blah, blah, blah. It's this theory that the more you try to suppress something, the more people will seek after it. And so we've just got to be sure to make all these channels that YouTube is suppressing, we got to use the Streisand effect on them and funnel people over to watch their stuff on their websites or their Rockfin.
Well, yeah, Rockfin's where we're congregating, and again, they're making headway with Panquake. We're hoping next year we have something going on with that.
That would be nice.
Go to their Patreons or whatever, if you know, and no matter how you feel about Corbett or anybody else,
right?
The answer to fake speech or whatever you want to call it, or differences of opinion, is more speech, not blocking. You cannot do that. That's because the arbiters are the ones that are going to have the most speech all the time and their message. So again, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between hating speech and hate speech.
Yes.
And that's the difference, the line that's been blurred so much lately. It's just because you hate what somebody is saying doesn't mean that it's hate speech.
No, absolutely not. I'm just so with it. Good report. I hope we don't get kicked off for
I know, just for talking about Corbett. Corbett can be a little controversial, and I don't always agree with him, but he does do really deep research. I mean, he's a weird freaking guy. I've seen videos of him from years back where I'm like, what the fuck?
Well,
but, you know, when they go, we all go. So I kind of brought a little explanation of the Streisand effect on the next.
Okay. Vic wants to know what we're drinking. She's drinking Jamaican rum. What are you drinking?
Jamaican.
Vic, I can't drink anything because this mustache I got, it kept catching on the lip of my glass. So I would have had to use a funnel or a beer bong to drink. So that's what happened. Sorry. And again, thank you for hanging over on Rockfin and getting that supported. And thank everybody who's on YouTube too. Really, really appreciate it. Just wherever you can watch these shows and support our sisters and brothers is great. Streisand effect.
Oh, you're going to love this. I think it's got an AI voice.
Oh, great. More AI.
You love those.
I want to hear the AI voice that says, I'll be back.
The Streisand effect is the phenomenon whereby an attempt to hide, remove, or censor a piece of information has the unintended consequence of publicizing the information more widely, usually facilitated by the internet. It is an example of psychological reactance, wherein once people are aware something is being kept from them, their motivation to access and spread the information is increased. It is named after American entertainer Barbra Streisand, whose 2003 attempt to suppress photographs of her residence in Malibu, California, inadvertently drew further public attention to it. Similar attempts have been made, for example, in cease and desist letters to suppress numbers, files, and websites. Instead of being suppressed, the information receives extensive publicity and media extensions such as videos and spoof songs, often being widely mirrored across the internet or distributed on file-sharing networks. Mike Misnick of Twitter coined the term in 2005 in relation to a holiday resort issuing a takedown notice to urinal.net, a site dedicated to photographs of urinals, over use of the resort's name. How long is it going to take before lawyers realize that the simple act of trying to repress something they don't like online is likely to make it so that something that most people would never, ever see, like a photo of a urinal in some random beach resort, is now seen by many more people? Let's call it the Streisand effect. Mike Mesnick.
Well, that makes sense.
Victoria tipped us $5 over on the Rockfin.
Hey, Vic. Thank you, Vic. That really appreciate it. Yeah. Nice to see everyone on my snow day. Thank you, Vic.
So everybody get out there and do your best, Streisand, man. Funnel people away from the GooTube.
Well, it's going to be, honestly, we're who we have, and it is family. It's going to be family, friends, neighbors, people that we reach out to. And if we don't talk to these people, at least talk to them, give them a chance. Wouldn't you want a chance if you had a difference of agreement and, wouldn't you want people to give you a chance and hear you out?
Yeah.
Really. I mean, that's the way it is. By the way, the AI on that, they need to invest a little bit more than $25 and maybe bump it up to $100.
Yeah, even our AI on our programs are better than that.
Yeah, I mean, and Shanda and I are going to actually be AI voices. I've got a contract with Plantronics that when they turn on their earpiece now, it's going to be phone on. They're going to use my voice.
It's going to be Oz.
Yeah, it's going to be Oz. It's going to be phone on.
God damn it.
Anyway, oh, God, do you have to do this to me?
There, Pete. Pete, this is the last thing you see before you're shoved in a trunk. Yeah, he's a fucking psychopath.
Oh yeah, I've heard people that have seen him. He's like
a psychopath. That's what they say when they see him up close.
Yeah, he's like
freaky.
He is an animatronic reject from Disneyland. It's just really wow. Poor Pete. You got our friend Daniel up here. What's Daniel going on?
I honestly don't remember what this clip is. I don't think it's Daniel. I think it's Kit, but I can't remember why I brought it or what it is.
Let me take a look at this.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it has been. It's but we love our friends, our brothers over there.
I'm sure it's good if I cut it and brought it. So.
Yeah, Hardlands Media. Kit and Daniel.
We're going to move on now to our next story, and this is something that's going to boil your blood. And again, it relates to the midterm election cycle. And, Democrats, you have control of the presidency, you have control of the House and Senate, but now you're just walking in it. Like,
Chris
seriously.
Foster, check him out.
Everyone. Senator Christine Sinema on Friday joined fellow conservative Democrat Senator Joe Manchin in opposing the inclusion of an overwhelmingly popular $15 federal minimum wage bill in the coronavirus relief package, falsely claiming that the proposed pay raise for 32 million workers is not a budget item and thus should not be part of the reconciliation measure. What's important is whether or not it's directly related to a short-term COVID relief, and if it's not, then I am not going to support it in this legislation. Sinema, Democratic from Arizona, told Politico for a profile published Friday, the minimum wage provision is not appropriate for the reconciliation process, and it shouldn't be there. Sinema's comments come days after the Congressional Budget Office estimated the hiking the federal minimum wage from $7.25 to $15 an hour by... Are you sitting down, Daniel?
I'm trying.
Are all of you sitting down? By 2025, as proposed by the newly reintroduced Raise the Wage Act, would add $54 billion to the federal budget deficit over the next decade. A finding progressives welcomed as further evidence that the pay increase would have a direct budgetary impact and therefore should qualify under reconciliation rules. But what no one's telling you is by 2025, that minimum wage is going to have to be up higher than $15. It should be $35, $36, $40 an hour at this point. And yes, I'm saying $40. Like enough of this starvation wages. No one should be struggling to make ends meet in this country.
That's why I brought it.
Yeah.
How freaking pathetic and disgusting is it? They've got more Dems stepping up now, and they're saying, oh, well, this doesn't need to go through reconciliation, and I'm not going to support it unless it's just a temporary COVID measure.
These people are not representing you. I don't care what side of the aisle. Maybe a couple of them over there are true, but for the majority of them we started screaming about 15, and they started talking about it in 2010. It's been over.
And we passed it by 2013 here.
Yeah. It's like, are you kidding me?
Almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. So again, this is corporate lapdogs doing everything they can to screw you. End of story. End of story. That's it. It. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this one's good.
Oh my gosh.
I love this one that's coming up.
I just want to go. Chris Foster. GooTube sounds like something Tubin keeps under his desk. Jesus, Chris.
It totally does.
Yeah, Jesus.
Maybe it is something he keeps under his desk.
Oh my God, that's everybody saying gross, man, gross. Anyway, oh my God.
He has a tube sock.
Yeah, he's got. Oh, here, Shanda.
I decided to post my first dick pic. Am I doing it right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's.
I love you as Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, man, you look great as Winona Ryder. Did you steal that outfit?
I did.
You shoplifted
just got the
that.
tags off.
Yeah, just got the tags off. Sorry, Winona.
Yeah, actually, she's not one of those celebrities I actually hate in Hollywood.
She's been pretty cool.
She grew up on a commune.
I know. And again, we're not always going to agree all the time, but these shit libs in Hollywood are pathetic. The hardcore ones like Reiner and Alyssa Milano and the rest of them, they're brain damaged. So, all right, here we come.
Britney Spears.
Here we go. All right, this isn't the movie, is it? No.
Oh,
okay. Snorky said goodnight. I need to go.
Good night, Snork. Sleep
And
well.
Jenna
Stay warm.
Colby. Jenna Colby's over there on Rockfin.
Hey, Jenna. I'm going to hang out. We're going to do hair and makeup someday.
Yeah, definitely. Brent McKinney dropped us a tip over at Rockfin. Thank you, Brent. We really appreciate that. We got 14 over there on Rockfin watching now. That's
Wow,
great.
no way.
Yeah,
We've never
we're
had
just-
that many.
Yeah, like I said, we're the guppies in the Shark Tank, but one of these days these guppies are going to turn into killer whales. You
I
watch.
guess I could turn the Twitch on.
Yeah, you didn't turn the Twitch on. What's wrong with you?
I know. I got to get better about the Twitch.
Oh, God, I didn't turn off the streams the other day. By the way, what was it, Friday? If you guys saw, we were live for like 12 hours.
12 hours or something.
Like shit.
I'm like,
Hey,
what the hell? Why are we live?
Turn it off because Oz forgot to turn it off. Anyway, Jamie Spears. This is. I haven't.
Oz scissored hands. Yeah.
I haven't. I have not seen this. Shanda says this is.
This
funny.
one's funny. This one's funny. Sometimes he's not that funny.
Hey, friend. What are you doing? Making a list of what? Conservatives. What are you going to do with that list? Get them all assigned to re-education camps. These people don't deserve to be in free society.
Oh, shit.
I couldn't agree more. They're very unconstitutional. The Constitution's very unconstitutional, too. I literally hate freedom of speech. I concur. I can't wait for the day the government tells us everything we're allowed to say, but mostly not say. Like the way big tech is doing it. Oh, and by the way, feel free to take your mask off around me. Thank you, that's much better. Yeah, like big tech, but only the government will be doing it instead. That'll be great. I advocate that they use nanotechnology that acts as a software system that literally controls our thoughts and speech. That way we won't be able to slip up. I also think gloves should be outlawed. Why's that? Gloves are basically pro-gun. They have fingers which allow you to pull triggers. So gloves are killing machines. I think people should only be able to wear mittens. That's what Bernie stands for now. And I also think fingers should be banned, just to be safe. No doubt. Hey, what do you think of Bernie's protege, AOC? I hate Ted Cruz. No, I said AOC. The reason why I hate Ted Cruz is he tried to have AOC killed. Has that been fact checked? Yeah, AOC said it. I blindly believe all her ideas, even the radical ones. They seem so sensible to me because I like her underdog story of becoming a congresswoman. Me too. Before Biden got the DNC nomination, were you ever pulling for Tulsi Gabbard? I was, but then they told us she's a Russian spy. What about Bernie? I pulled for him hard, but then they give Biden the nomination because he's been in Washington for 50 years and he's decades younger than Bernie by 1 year, so that makes him more relatable. What do you think of Biden? Clearly the best guy for the job. I thought so since day one. And what do you think of Trump? You're not gonna believe me even if I tell you. I will. No, you won't. Yes, I will. No, you won't. Just tell me what you think of him. Promise you won't think less of me? Yes. You swear? Yes, I swear. All right. I'm not really a fan. Me either. Do you support BLM? The idea that Black Lives Matter or the organization? Both. Yes. Now, I definitely support the idea that Black Lives Matter because they simply do. But did you know the organization BLM is run by trained Marxists? Yep. I love it. You support Marxism? Because, like, it's synonymous with communism. Oh, definitely. Why? Well, in this case, it just seems like it would be racist not to. But Marxism is basically against the human race. Well, if you do away with the human race, then you've got no more racists. Problem solved. Brilliant. Do you riot on the weekends? Yes, but I'm not so much into rioting anymore. Now I just burn down buildings in a peaceful protesting kind of way. Are you part of Antifa? Yes. I've been wanting to get in. How do you become a member? Well, it's kind of like an MLM situation. BLM or MLM? Portland, can I get into your downline? Only if you guess my favorite gender. Lavender. You're in! What do you think of the lockdowns? Loving them. As an effective strategy against an illness the likes of which the world has never known? No, just as a political ploy to strengthen our party.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was good. As a matter of fact, I got two new hair pieces I've got to track down. So, yeah. I love those hair pieces. I love the pony that's on top of the side of the head and the cotton candy hair set. That was good too.
Definitely got to rock a side pony.
Yeah, I do. I have to rock a side pony. It's better than a man bun.
What? You can make it into a man bun.
Yeah. Oh God, that'd be even worse. What the hell?
Alexandria AOC, she stars in Almost Died Hard, Wrong Building.
Oh shit, that's going to be a good one. I feel an Academy Award coming on. Jesus Christ. Right. Oh my God. Oh God.
At least a Golden Globe.
Jilly Love. Aussie Wizard Hands and Jilly Love says trans Marxist. Oh yeah, we love you guys. We love our chat. You guys are hilarious. Yeah.
This next story is just blew my mind.
Oh yeah. Then I'll tell my story with super glue after that. Memology.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with the little Got to Be glue spray. Just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this. Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. No shit! I've washed my hair 15 times and it don't move. Stiff wear. Woo! My hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of Got to Be glue spray, don't ever use this.
Wow. Look at how many.
Holy jumping fucking shitballs. Dumber than a second coat of paint.
I think George was a little harsh there.
I think we need a Darwinian Award for this one.
You know what?
Man, she's suing. She's made all that money, but it shrunk when it dried and it scalped her. I've seen the pictures of it once she got it off.
Yeah.
It messed up her head. But come on, you can't tell me there's no warning on the Gorilla Glue spray can that says don't put this on your body.
Well, I've got to tell you something. I've used Gorilla Glue in many different applications. They have them for different applications, and that shit is garbage. It does not work. Even the tape doesn't stick very good. So I'm really shocked that she even had that problem, to tell you the truth. I mean, if it was JB Weld or if it was Crazy Glue, Jesus, Crazy Glue. And here's really, But yeah, I think you're right, Shanda. That's a Darwinian Award, possibly. But I think on the other side, she got $18,000 from a GoFundMe for that.
Yeah.
I mean, really, is that what happens? But anyway, I just hope. And I'll come back to Medicare for All, please, so you don't have to use GoFundMe's because, to do things like that. How would that work, application Medicare for All? Would they still help you if you, were seriously impaired because of putting Gorilla Glue spray on your head?
Medicare for All covers you for all. I mean, it don't matter if you're injured because you're stupid. You're still going to get medical treatment.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine. My quick story was I have these glasses, right? And they were like $16. They're readers, okay? But they haven't fallen apart at the hinges. And I've had them for over a year and a half now. But the frame's finally cracked. So what did I do this morning? Okay, I set them on the table here. And I put a drop of Crazy Glue on there. And I left them for about an hour. I come back, and it's like 48 degrees in my freezing house. The thing didn't set up. I put it on my head and my eyes like that, and all of a sudden I feel something on my eyebrow. Well, I've just Crazy Glued my eyebrow to my forehead. And and this story has a happy ending because it didn't drip in my eye and blind me.
Right.
But again, I still feel stupid. But that was the Crazy Glue god saying, "Hey, sucker, next time you're not going to be so lucky." So I've got a Crazy Glue eyebrow here. Anyway, should I start a GoFundMe?
Yeah, maybe you need to GoFundMe for it.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, the First Lady. The First Lady's been doing some public service here. First Lady, Jill Biden, So look what the First Lady did. First Lady Dr. Biden did. And the person, I'll blank them out there because I don't know who they are. Oh my God, this so changes my life for the better! Exclamation point. Kudos to Jill for a typically shit-libbed, empty feel-good gesture that accomplishes exactly zero. Now, how do you feel about this? Do you think this was a good gesture on the First Lady's part, Shanda?
This is just another example of discussing elitism. Do you realize that you can't really see it probably in this resolution, but the heels of her shoes match her skirt?
Oh, well, that's handy. I wouldn't have noticed that. I'm glad you did. So they're polka dotted heels? Is that
Yes, she has polka dotted heels on.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm glad she's doing her fashion thing. Now, here, Ryan Knight weighed in on this. Ryan says we need Medicare for all and $2,000 monthly relief checks to begin to heal the nation, not paper fucking hearts. Millions of people are suffering, and all this White House and the neoliberals care about is optics and symbolic gestures. Get the fuck used to it, because this is exactly what they're going to be doing continually. And again, if they want to win the hearts and minds and solidify the Democratic Party as the party of the people, they'll start working on these issues that mean the most to the people, not be tools for
They're
their
working on unity and kindness and healing and compassion and courage.
Oh my God. Thank you.
You got to have courage to sleep out on the streets.
Yeah, thank you, Neera Tanden. Anyway, somebody fixed these, and I'm glad they did, because we need a more accurate view of what's saying. So this is what it is. Our friend Victory over there. I, for one, appreciate the flautist message with a heart. Joe is starting a war with Iran. I'm glad they fixed that. That is a correction. Comrade Misty agrees, laughing her three heads off down there. Thank you, Victory, and thank you, Comrade Misty. We happen to agree with that sentiment.
Yep.
So, this one. Can you read this while I bring this up? I want to show this.
The only person who doesn't know Kamala Harris will become POTUS before Biden ever notices is Joe. It's like watching a laughing hyena toying with her helpless prey before gleefully going for the throat.
I think that pretty, and I see Sister
Joe, you're so funny.
Sister Shanda there. She did a good job.
I added the hyena.
She added the hyena. And, just to put this in context, here's the GIF that I got that from. Check it out. Now, if that doesn't turn your stomach, Joe, we did it. Yeah. And hurry up and die, will you please?
The only reason she's standing there is because Silicon Valley put her there.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you have fifth place and you have no place. And they are now the two most powerful people in the country. What's wrong with this surreal nightmare? I don't know. What the hell? I don't know, Shanda. Any comments on that before we vomit out of this one?
Same shit, different day. I've already said it for the last years and years and years.
All right. Well, let's get serious here. We got a serious one coming up here. This is you brought this. This is Abandoned.
Oh, this is a great. So you guys know I always watch the Abandoned shows. Like I love seeing Abandoned America, and Detroit, of course, is one of the worst cities that has just been destroyed. And they go into the old abandoned buildings. So this is a documentary. You guys can watch it. It's called Abandoned Detroit. And this, I believe, is just a couple of the most beautiful buildings that used to be in Detroit.
Yeah, I heard Dean Martin's house is abandoned.
I saw it. One of my guys I follow went over there the other day and went through it and walked around it.
Huh.
Very 50s Rambler style, pool in the back. The one in Palm Springs, yeah, I saw it. I'm very up to where everybody's abandoned homes are.
Yeah, the stories those walls could tell.
Yeah, right.
United Artists Building and United Artists Theater. They were separate locations in the same building, basically. United Artists Building was maybe 15 stories and had an old rusty bank vault in the basement, which was really cool to explore and photograph. The United Artists Theater was one of the most incredible and beautiful locations and theaters in the country. This place was phenomenal. It literally was this Gothic structure that looked like it was melting because of all the decay from being abandoned for all these years. And there was no other theater or even location that was built like this in this Gothic sense. Absolutely breathtaking when you would see it. And literally back in those days, you could climb through a window and go in, or through a door. Now, New Detroit versus Old Detroit. Now, you can't even touch that building without the alarms going off and Ehrlich's goons showing up in about 2.5 seconds, if not Detroit's finest. That's the difference between then and now. Now, you can't even do that building anymore. One of Detroit's most famous, or more famous, abandoned buildings, Michigan Central Station.
Huh.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. They go through Detroit, and I watch this stuff because if you're not aware of the decay of our country, you don't realize what's going on. And that's why I bring the homeless reports too. We've got one further down in the deck, but it really gives you a sense of what dire straits our country is in. I mean, Detroit, you can go 15 blocks and there'll only be one house that has somebody living in it, and all the houses are boarded up. I mean, there's no ambulances, there's no hospitals, there's no grocery stores. There's still people living there, but those things have left. And why have they done it? The trade agreements that have destroyed our country, NAFTA, and have left these people desolate, and we don't care. And our infrastructure, those beautiful buildings, oh my God, they're just abandoned.
Yeah, I'm of two minds on those buildings. If they can be rehabilitated into some possible living facilities.
Right.
But at the same time, Anthony says Detroit here, sticks his tongue out.
Nice. Thanks for representing.
I think Anthony's following me over on Twitter. Is that you, Anthony? I follow you. I think that's you. But yeah, Detroit is like, it's Detroit. Like Flint.
But it's not just Detroit. It's all over.
It's all over.
Camden,
Yeah.
New Jersey. It's in the Midwest.
Minnesota, Ohio has these pockets of deserts. I mean, it's Mad Maxville, and it's like growing.
And that's just it. It's like a cancer. It started, and it's just growing across our country.
Yeah, I mean, people need to really start thinking about this because it's coming to a city near you or your city. I think you nailed it with this one.
I love your Amadeus up there.
Yeah, that's Amadeus.
Rock me Amadeus.
Yeah, Amadeus.
So the meme says, slap the roof of the car and says, you could fit 4 Biden rallies in this bad boy.
Oh, I even think that's probably you could now. I mean,
I know, right?
Really, what the hell? What wealth? Oh, you brought Lee. What's he screaming about?
This is redacted from last night. Lee is talking about wealth redistribution.
I wanted to watch that. I'm glad you brought this.
No, it's good. You should go watch it.
I will.
Anyway, I want wealth redistribution. And here's the part that's going to blow your mind straight out your ass. It's time for wealth redistribution because we've already had it for decades.
Yep.
$50 trillion has been redistributed from the poorest Americans to the top 1%. The richest motherfuckers in the world have stolen trillions from average Americans over the past several decades. You know how mad you get when someone takes the last donut? Well, imagine that times 50 trillion. A new study has calculated that the cumulative tab for our 4-decade-long experiment in radical inequality has grown to over $47 trillion from 1975 through 2018. At the recent pace of about $2.5 trillion a year, that number is estimated to have crossed the $50 trillion mark in early 2020. Had income distribution and buying power remained the same as it was from the end of World War II to 1975, the aggregate annual income of Americans earning below the 90th percentile would have been $2.5 trillion higher, enough to more than double median income, enough to pay every single working American in the bottom 90% an additional $1,144 a month, every month, every single year.
Yeah, wealth distribution exists.
Yeah, and he's not. I don't believe he's wrong there at all. I've seen this before.
He researches his
Yeah,
facts.
If you're going to put it out there and parse it and say it the way he is, you want to make sure you know what you're talking about. Again, we try to do our best here. We're more analysts, and we appreciate and support and elevate these other social media people and Lee Camp to our platform, and we hope that some of you may have seen it, some of you didn't get something out of it that we do too, other than disgust, which
Right.
is
No, he hits the nail on the head completely. Yeah, Oz Cage is an oldie buddy goodie.
yeah. This is the format. We're ever improving, we hope, and we like doing this.
We've got better. Beauty and the Boomer started out with little boxy avatars, and we're evolving. We are
evolving. Like I said, when we break the threshold or break through on the animation, we're really gonna bring you guys some fun stuff. We hope. We really do. And I'm going to keep working on that. We've got Hollyweird now. Oh, my God.
I only brought one Hollyweird thing. And it's just because y'all keep telling me I look like
Donald
Lady
Trump.
Gaga.
Oh, Lady
Donald Trump. Yeah, I get confused with Donald Trump all the time.
You do look like Lady Gaga.
Right. So I came across this a couple of days ago. I thought, this is just odd. She had a ghost stalker, so she bought the most expensive thing she could find to look for him.
What?
Yeah. Hollyweird.
To Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga has always been a mysterious figure ever since her debut back in 2005, but even knowing that, I'm still scratching my head when you tell me she bought this. Probably inspired by the show Ghost Hunters, Gaga made a pretty unique purchase back in 2010 when she picked up a literal ghost detector. Better known as an EMF or electrical field meter, devices like these are intended to let us detect any spirits in the room through the electrical currents in the air. I have no idea why a massive star like her would even want to purchase something like this, let alone with the price tag of $50,000.
Holy shit.
She says the purchase was made after she felt like she might have a stalker she just couldn't shake. She even named the stalker Ryan and kept saying it was a spirit that she insisted was stalking her as she was touring the world at the start of the 2010s. While paranoia can make you do some crazy things, paying $50,000 for a ghost detector is definitely taking things a bit too far.
So I may look like Lady Gaga, but I'm not as batshit crazy. I realize that I can get an app for my iPhone that does pretty much the same thing as that.
No, you do. Your profile, especially, you do. You have similar features. We were talking about this reface program. Some faces who have, like Shanda's got distinct features. It works really well with, and when you line up somebody that's got similar bone structure on their face, it's kind of fun what you come up with.
Right, it is.
And some people, it doesn't work at all. They look like, God, who is that? You know,
Yeah,
it's just
like whoa, that one does not work.
I edge out. I make it just over the line, the side where I'm workable. So, but no, $50,000 for that. I think I saw those in the Radio Shack catalog. Are they still in business?
Crazy.
I don't know. That's nuts. That's crazy. Let's see. Where are
But
we?
not as crazy as her having a ghost stalker.
Yeah, that's a ghost stalker. I don't know what these. Is this just to whip up the press? Is that what they do?
Who knows? She's the one that hangs out with Brima Bramovich. Remember, I brought that report.
Oh yeah.
Long time back. Yeah, the crazy Satanist. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like throwing paint buckets full of blood on the wall.
Blood
and
and feces and
Oh
shit. Yeah.
God, dang! That's art. Anyway. What do we have here?
Oh, this is a crazy story.
What the hell?
Is the Chinese saying that, I should have put this on the China slide, but it's about them saying that COVID was coming from fish, frozen food,
salmon
or something. Well, they said salmon. I don't know.
But COVID's coming from
well, no, this is an Australian report. I think it's probably Sky News.
Oh, okay.
But they debunk it and say no. That's not what's
Sky News, isn't that Rupert Murdoch's old?
Yes, it's very right
frozen
wing.
food issue. I mean, the Chinese have been saying that for different outbreaks they've had at times. I think they were blaming Norwegian salmon at one stage, but really that's very unlikely. Australia imports a lot of frozen food from all around the world. And given that we have no transmission or minimal transmission in Australia, we'd be seeing little outbreaks if that was the case, and wouldn't know where it came from. And you might remember Auckland last September, October, when they had 200 people affected by an outbreak. That was thought, did it come from Melbourne through frozen food? And while you couldn't exclude it, was the least likely of the other possibilities, either a recurrence of the strain that was circulating there, or probably some leak from a quarantine hotel or return visitor that then caused a problem. So I think some of the theories put up, like the frozen food, I think that's very, very unlikely. I don't think we can exclude it was a leak from the laboratory. It would have been accidental and probably unknown. But if you postulate animals, this virus or a bat virus was in the lab, probably was in some humanized cell lines. It could have leaked out, but equally it's probably more likely it was bats to animals to people.
I wonder if I can get your thoughts just on the importance of that knowledge, though. Professor Nikolai Petrovsky from Flinders University last night told us that if we knew it was an accidental leak from the lab, in many ways that would be more reassuring because we know how it's transpired and it's not going to happen too often. Whereas if we think this has mutated from a natural transmission from animals to humans, that's more worrying because we could be seeing more instances like this emanating from China and elsewhere.
Yeah, perversely, I think that's true because if you have a virus and it's in a laboratory and it's either in monkey cells or human cells, that would humanize it and make it easier to go from person to person if it should leak or somehow. So yes, in some ways it'd be more reassuring, but the bottom line is we'll never know, I suspect.
Yeah. So, and I've been saying that since last February. We're never going to know where it came from, but it would be more comforting if they would just admit it came out of a lab, don't you think?
Yeah,
I never gave it much thought because I never believed the theory that it came from an animal. But thinking about it, if there is an animal out there crossing borders, I think he said that in the report, it kind of creeps me out even more than if it was engineered.
Well, I know that that valley fever that they have in the Southwest, and
I got valley fever when I was down there protesting the damn border wall at the detention center.
What were your symptoms?
Oh my God, because I came from the Northwest, I have no antibodies to it. I guess most people that live in the South get it. It's like the measles, mumps. Once you build up antibodies, you're just immune to it, or you're used to it and your body does. It's a mold that gets up in
it's a fungal mold. Yeah.
It's a fungal that grows on the top of the desert. And then when you go out there and you walk around on the desert, it lifts it up. And we had hundreds of protesters out there. So there was dust, it was a desert. And so I got a rash, like within a week of being home, I got these little tiny whiteheads from head to toe all over.
Yeah.
I had to go to the hospital and get steroids and all kinds of stuff. And they couldn't figure it out because these doctors up here had never seen it,
Yeah.
And then I had another doctor go, oh, I know what that is, and I was like, oh, yeah, I just was. She was like, have you been in the South? I'm like, yeah, I just left Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah. And that happened to my mother. I mean,
I guess it stays with you for life and it messes you up in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. It killed my mom ultimately, but
don't tell me that.
But
anytime you get a mold or a virus that stays in your body.
Yeah, it's in there, and I know this is not, but it attacks specific, and this is a thing that's kind of similar that what we're seeing with the COVID stuff, but it'll attack lung tissue or bone tissue or brain tissue.
It goes to a different.
And back then they were giving mega doses of diflucan, which the ladies know they use that for other things. Horrible stuff, and they were animals transmitted that, their feces and everything, the rodents and stuff. So, we talked about it earlier. They're talking about us wearing masks for the next decade.
I know, but do we believe the global warming theory that, I do believe that the glaciers are melting and we're releasing shit, we're cutting down forests, we're releasing shit. We are creating this with some of the way we're destroying the environment.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about stuff that's melting that killed off species eons ago, maybe. Right. So maybe it is Pandora's box. So it's
so crazy that somebody just asked about this.
Really? Who asked about it?
Was it Peace Dove? I don't have the chat up. She asked me, Shanda, have you seen The Invisible People? So okay, this is The Invisible People, and this is going to be the movie tonight. So we're going to watch half of it tonight, and then we will watch the dramatic ending next week, and it is a very dramatic ending. So what this is that you can find them on YouTube. They're called The Invisible People. The channel is, and it says we can't solve anyone's problem unless we first see it, unless we first see them. Invisible People helps us see those who the world often ignores. People, please help support our important work. The public's inability to relate to homeless is our biggest obstacle to ending it. Through storytelling, education, news, and activism, Invisible People is challenging the story of the homeless. So I brought one of the
changing the story to the homeless.
Okay, I thought it was.
No, that's all right. It's hard to see. It's small and it's gray. So yeah.
So anyways, Invisible People, you can follow them over at YouTube. We're going to watch the first half right now, and then next week we'll watch the next half. But I think there's more of these out there.
Yeah, this is the movie, and we've got a couple of shorts after that, and then we're out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. We had like 34 in here at one point tonight, which is great.
Just on one channel.
Just on one channel. Yeah, just on one channel. So
I've
that's great. So again, we appreciate you so much. Invisible People. Now this, you said this one's kind of tough, but next week's going to be really tough, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Pure discretion.
Can I have $1? Thank you. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's go. We don't want to be late for school.
Okay.
Is that the right cut, by the way? 7?
7, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to do 7 today.
All right.
So basically, there isn't a lot of talking for the first few minutes of this. We just are following this homeless guy through his day.
So this is actually a film that's...
Yes, these are short films. But they're real life events. They're real life accounts that they're dramatizing.
And they're probably going to show more of the people living in homes along the side of the road and stuff.
Yeah. This builds slow, but next week it'll blow your mind.
So he's looking to find employment, right?
Yeah.
And this was obviously pre-COVID, right?
Do you rather read than eat? You remind me of my son. Listen, didn't I see you last week sleeping on the street there?
Yeah. Been looking for work for a while, but haven't had any luck.
Are you hungry?
I don't have any money.
What's your name?
Steve.
Steve, I need help with the floors and several things around here. Can you make it tomorrow at this time? Please.
I'm gonna work for it somehow.
I know. I'll wait for you tomorrow.
What do I have to do?
Ok. Primero, a mapear los pisos. Pero antes que comencemos, quiero decirte algo. Si necesitas algo, pídemelo. ¿Ok? Because if I ever catch you stealing, I'll just kick you out of here. And now, let's get you something to eat.
Is that your son? He seems nice.
He was. Police mistook him for another person.
I'm sorry.
Me too. How about you? Why are you on the streets?
I lost my job and I couldn't pay the rent.
Uh-huh.
I was living in my car and driving for one of those apps. It was towed while I was at the library. One of those few places with a clean bathroom.
Okay, so we saw him go through his day. He's hiding his stuff, right? Because he doesn't want it ripped off. He goes in. Everybody assumes he's a criminal everywhere he goes. He likes to read. He'd rather buy a newspaper before food. You know, he's an intelligent person, wants to know what's going on. And now this guy is kind of befriending and being nice to him, kind of giving him a hand up, right? Because that's what it takes. It takes hands up, you know. And I do realize that this is a religious channel. They do have religious base, but most of the entities that are working with the homeless are religious based, right? I mean, all of the missions, the faith missions, the Catholic missions, they're the ones that are out there on the very front lines. And so if we're going to help the homeless situation, we know it's not going to come from our Congress. We know it's not going to come from our elected officials. It's going to be us, the people, taking care of the people. And we have to work hand in hand with the churches to do that. And there's so many of these great channels out there right now that are highlighting the plight that's happening across our country. Another one is called Soft White Underbelly, where they do interviews with everything. Like they went into the Appalachian and they did interviews with, you know, mountain people that have been up there for years and years. And they're so endearing and so, you know, heroin addicts in Philadelphia, LA homeless people, you know, some of them are shocking. Some of them make you mad. These interviews, like, you know, but they really open your eyes up to other people and how they're living across this country.
Well, and Chris Foster says millionaires buying a $50,000. It was a ghost detector to find one invisible person after driving past thousands of invisible people on the way home. Yeah, I get it.
So true, Chris.
I get it. I think we all get it. You know, we're all privileged to a certain point in life. You know, and but so many people are losing everything in this day and age, and we're still everything. You know,
can you imagine having COVID and dying on the streets in, say, LA in a fucking tent?
Yeah, I can. I can imagine.
Right.
I can imagine a lot of people doing that, and it makes me sick. And I wish, you know, we all wish we could help. Those who have the monetary ability to help, how much are they helping? I know that Hollywood, they like to tout themselves as being, you know, very charitable, and many of them do. But again,
oh well, yeah, they give $1 million to a corporation that gives it to a bunch of CEOs and doles it out to everybody else to put in their pockets, and a little tiny bit trickles down at the very end. you know?
Who's to judge? So what this gentleman and this store owner, this Food Desert Mini Mart is doing here, it's looking like he's got a good heart, and he lost his son to some shitty act by some entity that screwed up and killed him, I think. But again, this is where it's at.
That's our serious moment for the night. I combined our movie with the homeless report. So
yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad you did. I appreciate it.
But now we'll lighten it up. I brought a funny.
Yeah, we're heading out, so we got a funny here, and this one, this is good.
This one's hilarious.
So
it's long, so I cut it.
Yeah, here we go. United Spot once again. Got to give them credit where credit is due. So make fun of the Richies, the more powerful ones.
Oh, say in your house, shall we say it's okay? What's so proud of you do? Everything that we tell you. I said a crack, rock, the biting to the Johnny to the sick rock, and I don't stop the smoking to the email boogie, and up jump my daddy to the POTUS of America C. Now what you hear is not fake news, crack pipes will burn your teeth. Bartender, can I get a drink? It's your A-S-S-H-O-L-E, and don't you try to blame it on me. You deserve all the credit. You're an asshole tonight. Alright, stop. I'm beating Trump, so listen. Biden's back with my brand new invention. Sometimes I'll grab a hold of you tightly, sniff like a vacuum daily and nightly. Don't vote for me? You ain't black. Not too worried, cause China's got my back. To the extreme, I rock Ukraine like a vandal. Illegals, communism, tax America with scandal. She's close enough, she's perfect for me. Nancy, you need to turn off the microphone. Get off the stage. Shut up, Chuck. I'm singing over here. Rock on, Nancy! Live it easy! Take the cream! Stealing money only COVID right! Give me money! Take ice cream! Taking everything in my way!
Woke up quick. What? At about noon. Right. Just thought that I had to be a Compton soon. Okay. I gotta get drunk before the day begins. Before my mother starts bitching about my friends. Right. About to go and damn near went blind. Young homies on the corner throwing up gang signs. That's right.
Oh, say is it true, hear what we say about us. For the land of the free and the home of Fauci and Gates.
Democrats, we regulate any steal in this country. We're damn good too. But you can't be any Trump supporter on your street. You gotta be handy with the smear campaigns, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep. Postal Service Warriors! America! Yeah. Don't mess with USPS! Get my drink on.
Please wear your mask, or you'll go to prison. Please stay 6 feet away from home, man, or we'll take your children.
Imagine President Biden.
Oh, shit.
I wonder if you can. No need for freedom or money. A socialism plan.
Thank you.
If you like some pina coladas and getting caught in your crane, When you like sniffing children and your son likes if you like Russian deals at midnight to cover up Obamagate, then I'm the one you should vote for. Email Hunter, he'll explain.
Those guys are funny. You know, that goes on for another 3 minutes.
Oh, my God.
That was a compilation of all the songs they've done in the last, I don't know, 6 months or something.
Oh, yeah, that's jeez. Oh, thank you, Shanda. That was always with the United Spot. Now, what are they? They're like right wing website.
Yeah, they were Trump supporters from what I grasped by watching them for so long. But, you know, they make fun of the Democrats the same way we do. So that's why I find it so amusing.
Yeah, I'd rather watch their stuff than 1 minute of Bill Maher.
Right.
I caught like last week. I suffered through it. But they're using laugh tracks now over on Mars.
I know
show.
they're having to because they're not fucking funny.
They're not funny, and they don't have the big audience anymore. And those laugh tracks,
Who watches that shit?
they need to use better laugh tracks.
Yeah,
Because
no, stop
they're-
using the ones from the 70s.
they're terrible. So again, you know, kudos to these guys for doing what they're doing. We're gonna go out. What you made this one? This is a Valentine's Day one, right?
Yeah, this is our Valentine's Day one.
Yeah. This is Shanda and Oz and wow,
Sid and Nancy.
Sid and Nancy. Wow.
Nancy.
Oh my God. Does Al know?
I love this one right here. Yeah, you're perfect right there.
Oh my God, I love the T-shirt. I want to get one. Fee's got that "I Love Putin" T-shirt, and I just like, yeah,
I think you can make one really easy.
yeah, probably. But I get shot in the wrong company, so
That's a truly sad love story, the Sid and Nancy.
Sid and Nancy one. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, that's reminiscent
Well,
of.
yeah, the more you look into it and how he died, his mother freaking gave him the overdose, basically.
Really.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Wow.
did he kill Nancy? I don't know. Some people say no. I mean, it was the Chelsea Hotel in New York. God knows what could happen there.
Wow. Wild. Good.
Very wild story.
Good face out. Good reface there. Thank you.
Reface.
I don't think I've ever been that thin, but you know, that's wow, scary stuff.
Yeah, they call that heroin chic, I think.
Heroin chic. Okay.
Heroin
Shout out to our
our Patreons. I added our newest Patreon.
Oh, cool. Cool. Shalatsky. I like that name, Shalatsky.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining our Patreon.
Yeah, and Craig Postadardula's in there. He hit us again the other day with another donation. Thank you, Combo.
Well,
everybody.
you know, Brent McKinney got a couple in the other day too on our Rockfin that we didn't see till after.
Yeah, Brent's
closing.
always
Thank you,
dropping
Brent.
it. Yeah, Al and Vic and everybody. Thank you for continuing to support. We really do appreciate it. But remember, do not cut you guys' self short, please. Just
No,
you
we know
know,
times are tough.
You know, if you're gonna drop a buck or two, that's plenty. Just knowing we feel the love. So. Thank you everybody that's going over to Rockfin.
Yeah,
World
the
Media.
Rockfin was amazing tonight. I think this is the best night we've ever had over on Rockfin.
Yeah,
for people.
they're progressively getting better, and I want to say, go over there. You know, last week we said we had subs, and it wasn't subs. It's followers, and again, we've got maybe a dozen or so subs, but it takes a while for subs because there's so many good shows over there. But go over there if you can sub through us or one of our sisters' shows and friends, whatever. Do it, but follow all of our favorite truth speaking people over there, Convo, you know, Nico, the rest of them. They're, you know, speaking truth to power, and we're not all going to agree all the time, but for the most part, that forced the vote unmasked the ones who are in it for something other than what we've got.
Happy Lunar New Year. It's the year of the ox. Thanks, Victoria, for letting us know that. And thanks for the donation earlier. I saw that come through.
Yes, thank you so much. Again, Rockfin's been rocking tonight, and we want to rock it even more.
Rocking
So
the
if you can
Rockfin.
watch over there. And again, thank you, everybody, for hanging on. It's been we're right about 2 hours right now. Wow. This is a long show. What do we got?
Well, that's what we do on Saturday nights. Is After Dark.
Yeah, we switch it up on Saturday nights. We try and entertain and inform. Oz gets his hair on, and Shanda gets her stuff going.
Shanda gets baked.
Yeah, Shanda gets baked. And
I went back and watched a bunch of the old ones that had dropped because we'd uploaded a bunch of them. And there's some I'm so stoned my eyes are just slits.
I know. I have not had my gin and tonic for
No, you haven't. For a
a
long
month
time.
now, and I was going to have it tonight. I got limes in there ready to go, but this mustache again, I didn't want to be drinking glue with my gin and tonic.
No, you're pretty funny. By the end of the show, especially 2 hours in, you're getting nice and loosey goosey.
Yeah. I'll do a triple. Hey,
Cool.
J9
Bye.
Campbell, better late than never. That's right, J9. We love you too.
Hey,
so,
J9.
And do we have J9 on the Patreon list?
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
I just want to make sure. And gamer.
I know our peeps.
Yeah, we gotta get our peeps on there. So again, we're gonna. I found this.
Yeah, you found this. What is it? Death in the Graveyard or something?
Yeah, no, it's Crashing Atlas, and this is brand new. They just released it the other day, and I think they're a small band. But yeah, I kind of like the song. It's original work. It's
No,
not.
I like the song. I like
It's not cover. It's original stuff. And yes, happy Valentine's Day.
happy Valentine's Day,
all you
everybody.
sweethearts, Peace Dove, and everybody else.
We love you too.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And Al Walski just dropped us another tip over on the rock fan.
Al Walski.
Al Walski.
I hope you're staying warm out there in Vermont. I
Yeah.
know it's got to be freezing there.
Yeah, and again, thank you, Victoria. Thanks, Oz and Shanda. Roar Media received a tip from Al Walski. Brent McKinney, thank you, Oz and Shanda. Your hard work and excellent stories and humor are appreciated. Thank you. We try. And again, I'm going to give a tip of the hat to my partner here. I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for Shanda. She works her buns off getting these shows together, and I try and contribute as best I can. So.
Well, you're the engineer. On top of engineering, you do contribute. I love how we work together. We work separately on these shows, and I'll just come in and see something that he's put up and I'll add to it, or most of the time we're thinking on the same lines and bringing the same stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. We do. And I guess that's the lane we're in as far as political thought and things like that. And
Right.
many of our chats the same.
So
But again,
you can join our lane and hang out, and we'll have some laughs and show you the shit that we find around the internet and the world. And
yeah. It's great. And those of you that are watching that are rock finners, is that what we call them? Rock finners? Is that?
I'm going to start calling them rockers.
Rockers. The
Or
rockers at
rockers.
Rockfin. We really do appreciate you following us. I know that the cards sometimes draw you in because what is that crazy card there? But once you get here, I hope it was worth your time. So,
I hope it was worth it.
we got the Monday Dive, Amber King, and Redneckonomics. Stevie said she's going to make it. And Shanda.
Well, I'm going to get on the ball this week. This last week, you and I both had a tooth pulled, and I was just
same tooth.
Yeah, same tooth actually.
Yeah, same tooth.
So I'm going to hit the ground running on Monday, and we'll get some
Yeah.
people booked in, and we'll have fun this week.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. So hippy dippy trippy. Yes, one of the best produced shows in the underground. I hope so. I hope so, Stephen. Yeah, we're gonna get better. And I haven't talked to Brad lately. I need to talk to Brad T.
We got so
Yeah.
many things going
Yeah.
on, so many shows in the work. We're trying to do
yeah.
animation projects.
Yeah, I gotta. Karaoke. Pat the
karaoke,
Batman fan.
live
I didn't
karaoke,
say.
yeah.
I didn't. I'm sorry, Pat, if you're still on. Pat's almost got it. We're almost there. We're gonna have karaoke on coming up as soon as we
I
can
can't
get it.
wait.
Yeah, karaoke and Pat's working out the details. So
Smoke tough. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
going to be smoking tough too.
Gonna be real tough. So, but again, Monday Night Dive. I don't know what we've got going for Tuesday this week. I've got a big schedule. My brother's flying out, so.
Tuesday's the show we like to bring our audience on. If you want to come on and talk about something, or that's our panel show. So hit
Tuesday
us up.
morning panel, yes, Tuesday morning. So, and if you
if you
can't
wanna
make it
come on.
in the morning, we'll make arrangements and have you on one of the other shows in the evening.
So what's our email so people can hit us up?
Roar Media Live at gmail.com, and until we can change that, that's what we're going to go with, because we are basically done with anything to do given Google Google anything.
Go suck it.
Yeah, YouTube. You know, I guess we're still monetized over on the Natural Progressive. We appreciate the super chat, but anyway, I've got monetization turned off. I'm not going to make them any money.
No, we're tired. I'm tired.
Yeah,
We've made them so much money. We're done giving YouTube money. They get 30% of your super chats.
Yeah,
you know,
not going to do it.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it. We appreciate it, but just don't. A matter of fact, I should just turn off the super chats over there.
You should.
I'll turn it over.
We have
there.
our Patreons and you know the Rockfin, and we'll find other avenues to collect.
Yeah, but we're not gonna feed the beast. This is that would be a hypocrite because if you keep excusing and supporting and shoring up corruption and all that kind of stuff, Bernie. We're gonna lose. We're gonna keep losing. We're never gonna get ahead. So anyway.
Well, are you proud of me? I pulled back my premium YouTube. Now I go through a ton of content. I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm pulling 18 hours of content a day. Don't ask me how I do it, but I do it.
Yeah.
And I now I'm watching commercials, so I'm not giving YouTube any more money. I moved that money over to Rockfin.
Yeah, that's great. I'm very proud of you. And so
I'm cutting my YouTube habit.
Yeah, cutting your YouTube habit. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. We're hanging on. I'm digressing and stuff. Thank you so much again, Shanda. I will see you Monday. And
see you Monday.
You have a happy Valentine's Day. Give Al a big hug. For me. And whatever else, you're gonna kiss him or whatever. So yeah, and we'll talk to you guys later. We're going out with Crashing Atlas Crashing Atlas and the Graveyard.
Have a good night.
Bye.